A domestic situation leads to a deadly officer-involved shooting in Rockcastle County. Tonight, we're talking to police about the investigation.
A final farewell tonight for an officer murdered in the line of duty. Coming up, we'll take you to Hardin County, where hundreds are paying their final respects.
After a fire ripped through this Anderson County home, a man is credited with saving his son's life.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. It started as an argument and ended with one person dead. Tonight, 3 officers are on administrative leave after a shooting in Rockcastle County.
We first told you about this shooting last night here on WKYT. State police say the officers were responding to a domestic complaint on Doug Hill Road in the Broadhead community when a man came out of a home and they said he fired shots at them. We're told the officers shot back, hitting the suspect. Phil Pendleton is talking to police about the investigation. He has our top story at 5:30.
There were 3 officers that responded to the call of the domestic complaint on Doug Hill Road near Broadhead in Rockcastle County. Police say they're not sure which officer fired the fatal shot that ended the life of 61-year-old Lawrence Price. Police say they received the 911 call Thursday night. A man arguing with his wife, a state trooper, a commercial vehicle enforcement officer, and a sheriff's deputy from Rockcastle responded. Police say Price came out of the house with a gun and fired at the officers. All 3 officers returned fire, and Price was pronounced dead at the scene. The shooting is yet another officer-related shooting, and it comes the day before a state trooper was to be laid to rest after he was shot and killed by a subject. Police say it is a sobering reality of how dangerous their job can be.
Well, unfortunately, these type of things, these shooting incidents, they do happen, and they happen quite often. But when it hits home here in the state of Kentucky, you know, it puts you on a higher awareness level. Every officer that's out there doing the job.
And per police policy, the officers have been placed on a 2-week paid administrative leave while the incident is investigated. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say the officers and Price's wife were not hurt in the shooting. Tonight, people from across the country are in central Kentucky to pay their final respects to a state trooper murdered in the line of duty. Trooper Joseph Cameron Ponder was shot to death at a traffic stop Sunday night in western Kentucky. Today, hundreds of law enforcement officers attended his funeral in his hometown of Radcliffe. People lined the streets in Hardin County to say goodbye to Ponder. Trooper Ponder is the 3rd state trooper to die this year.
An Anderson County father is being called a hero tonight. Firefighters say he pulled his son from their burning home. That fire started at the home on Alton Station Road just before 6 last night. Firefighters say Toby McRoberts pulled up to the home and saw smoke coming from the garage. WKYT's Monique Blair is talking to McRoberts about how his family of 9 is dealing with this devastating loss of their home.
It's the first time I've seen my house.
The home Toby McRoberts has lived in for 16 years was completely destroyed by fire Thursday evening.
I pulled up the driveway and seen some smoke coming out of the garage.
McRoberts' 18-year-old son was the only person inside the home when the fire broke out.
And that's when I run back to the house, try to break the window out.
After McRoberts was able to get his son out of the home, his next thought was to the family dog Buddy.
I thought he was gone.
McRoberts started having a hard time breathing and was taken to a hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. Meanwhile, several firefighters went inside the home to look for Buddy. They were able to find him.
He was lifeless.
So a firefighter began resuscitating Buddy.
And the dog's tongue was hanging out, and he didn't care, and he took it and did like that and blew into his lungs, and he started breathing again.
Chief Krogman says he does believe the fire started right here in what was the garage, and you can see what's left of a motorcycle, but he says the exact cause of what started that fire is under investigation.
The only thing that's left over is maybe 3 inches of debris and ashes. There's nothing.
The material objects are completely gone, but McRoberts' daughter Vanessa says there is a silver lining.
I'm glad our family's okay, the house and everything, and it can be replaced.
In Anderson County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Well, the McRoberts family is getting some help from the American Red Cross, but they still need several items, including diapers and baby formula. If you would like to help, there's a GoFundMe page set up for the family. You can find that link on WKYT.com. Lexington police are looking for a driver they say ran away from a crash that seriously injured a woman. The crash happened this morning on Newtown Pike between West 2nd Street and Maryland Avenue. Police say a Toyota Camry crossed the median, flipped, and then landed in a man's yard. Police say they originally thought the woman was the driver, but later learned she was the passenger. UK fans heading out to tomorrow night's game might need to bring a jacket. Some cooler weather is moving into the area for the kickoff weekend.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is here to tell us the chance for showers tomorrow and exactly when they will hit.
It looks like late afternoon. I'm going to guess right before kickoff. And whatever does come through the Lexington area or anywhere should be a quick moving little band of some scattered showers and storms out there. Friday, not bad at all that we're wrapping up. A lot of low 80s throughout central and eastern Kentucky as of now. Look at that sky down in Jackson. National Weather Service more in the way of blue skies compared to what we've got across the Lexington area. Look at the clouds now beginning to filter on into town, and those clouds are well ahead of our cold front that's out across the plain states, bringing showers and thunderstorms from the Great Lakes through the plains and back into parts of the southwest. That has a lot of cool and even chilly air coming in behind that boundary that will slowly work its way toward the bluegrass state. For the evening ahead of us, we are in A-OK shape. Weather headlines: that cold front will move in as we go through the day on Saturday. Showers, thunderstorms will be scattered. Tomorrow is not a washout by any stretch of the imagination. That will unleash some cooler air as we wrap up that last official weekend of summer. New hour-by-hour forecast, guys, here in a few minutes.
A paramedic is recovering after she was attacked inside an ambulance overnight. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Nelson County. Police say that Kevin Derek Osborne was being treated while en route to a Bardstown hospital when he slapped an EMT and then grabbed her wrist. Police say that after the EMT was able to break free, Osborne started hitting equipment in the ambulance. After he was released from the hospital, police arrested Osborne for assault. In Jessamine County, a Nicholasville man will spend the next year in prison for distributing child pornography. Yesterday, a U.S. district judge sentenced 37-year-old Jeffrey Max Treadway to 85 months in prison. According to court documents, FBI officials found several child pornography files available for download on the internet and traced them back to Treadway's computer. Officials found more than 20,000 images of children under the age of 12. Under federal law, Treadway must serve at least 85% of his sentence and will be under supervision for 25 years after he is released. And in Madison County, Eastern Kentucky University's enrollment has reached record levels. This year, the university welcomed its largest freshman class of nearly 3,000 students. As of September 14th, total enrollment had reached just under 17,000 students, and that's up 3.2% from last year. This spike in enrollment comes as the university continues several construction projects around campus. Right now, the second phase of construction on the largest science facility in the Commonwealth is in progress. The university also plans to renovate the Center for Student Life and revamp its merit scholarship model. Some people are getting cash with their smartphone. Several companies are releasing apps that allow you to get money from an ATM without a card or a PIN number. It spits out cash like any other ATM. But Bart Johnson didn't swipe a card or enter a PIN. This cash is courtesy of his smartphone. Chicago's Wintrust Bank is one of the banks offering this feature.
And I'll see you there in 10 minutes.
As they demonstrate in their YouTube video, you can order your withdrawal in advance from the convenience of your office or home. When you get to the ATM, pick cardless cash and scan the QR code with your phone.
I like the app because if I don't have my wallet or I don't have my debit card on me, but I do have my phone on me, which I always have, go right to the ATM, put it up to the ATM, get my money.
Phones eliminate the security threat of skimming, where thieves attach a device to an ATM that can read or steal a card number. But there are still some concerns.
What if you lose that phone? Somebody wants in the phone bad enough, just takes time.
Lewis McHugh also says the Wintrust app stores your banking information in the cloud.
As we've seen with some of the recent security breaches, how secure is the cloud really?
But Wintrust argues that even if hackers steal your numbers from the cloud, they can't get cash without your phone.
If it isn't coming from the right phone, it's not going to work.
Cardless ATMs are available at hundreds of bank branches in several states. And this afternoon, I contacted a couple of major banks here in the Lexington area, and they have not so far started using the apps to get cash from ATMs.
Things got a little heated between the aides of two top Republican presidential candidates. Coming up, more on a reported bar fight between the two.
I'm Bill Bryant. Did this week's debate with the candidates for governor change things? And a central Kentucky neighborhood now has a sign linking it to a former president. The bottom line is on the way.
And a Lexington man escapes his burning home. Coming up at 6, why he credits strangers with saving his life.